Let's get it going.
Those clutch shots, it re-engages him defensively, and that drives him to be the best version of Paul George there is.
Oh, great pass, setting up the basket.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Phoenix has the ball. Booker. Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
The okey doke. Let's see if he'll try that one again.
Westbrook across the timeline. His team up by 1. To Booker. Josh Jackson. Goes reverse to lay it in.
Learn from that. You got to be a step ahead of the offensive player. Know that fake is coming again later.
Westbrook into the front court. Down by 1. To Anthony. George. Paul George. 2 for 2. That's what you want.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
To Booker. Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
Tie ball game so far. Neither one of these teams really able to pull ahead. Might be time to put the bench players in the game, and let's see who could differentiate themselves.
Shot by Westbrook won't go. Josh Jackson to Booker. Deep and a putback slam. Jay, they've had no answer for this guy.
He's been on fire this first quarter. That's the way you take it right to your opponent. You attack right out of the gate.
To George. Stuffs it down with authority.
I don't think I could do that on the 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. To Booker. And the Thunder with the rebound.
Mounted by this man.
Yeah,
I don't know if you guys see that.
yeah.
This is all of it?
Good practice.
Then you got what?
I'll have your money later on. 160, right? 150, and then that diamond about you. All right.
Yeah.
Hmm?
When do you think I could take the game? It doesn't have to be right this second. I just woke up.
Oh, this is just no, I'm only gonna do 2, and then I'll be done. Yeah, I'll let you know.
Jay, without question, one of the biggest moments of the NBA offseason. Paul George stays in OKC.
I think him and Russ work well off each other. Playoff P wants to be playoff P all the time. Who better to bring that out of you than the Beast Boy?
Nice touch around the basket with the tip. Now a whistle. And we're going to get a timeout from OKC as they'll make sure they're aligned here in a 2-point ball game. We have both squads set to make some moves right now. Oklahoma City ball. Schroeder to Paul George. Beyond the arc for 3. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
I love watching these coaches' moments. The coach was literally saying, no, no, no. Yes, yes, yes. That's how you make coaches look like masterminds.
Great dish to set it up. Nice finish at the rim.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
I got ball.
Paul George. That's now 4. He hasn't missed.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
To Kelly Oubre. Nerlens Nerlens Noel able to recover with the block. Trying to cash in. A fundamental shot right there.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Oh, emphatic slam. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Deep three at the buzzer. First quarter's complete. The Thunder with the lead. On to the second quarter. Jay, I don't know if we're going to see quite that level of offensive production that we saw to start this one.
Well, the offense is hitting on all cylinders. Great ball movement, great shooting, great passing. But my goodness, has the defense been horrific. Can we do something about that, please, in the second quarter?
Schroeder with the basketball. They trail by one. To George. Here's a chance from long range. Paul George can't get that one to go. Defense all over him. Andre Robertson sends it away.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Stuffs it down with authority.
And easy, too. Get back on defense.
Number 17, Dennis Schroeder.
Jamal Crawford. He's finally on the board. Makes his first shot.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Misfires. It's no good. To Crawford. Kelly Oubre with the two.
Probably option 3 right there in the court, but every player is a threat. No excuse for that easy bucket.
OKC ball. Schroeder. Short jumper off the mark. The follow won't go either. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Crawford to Marcus Smart. Nice pass to set things up.
That's a strong.
Jolly Coat 983.
I'm going to find out what's burned through the plastic in St. Prince Charmington, and that might help us figure out how they do it.
Truly are.
For the Wi-Fi?
Yeah, but 2G's not come up. Now it's connected, it says.
What is all of this?
Which one's that?
This is
The big one?
toy for my car.
Yeah, I thought you might.
It's really cute, and it was on sale.
Well, let me know when you make a decision. 'Cause I'm gonna list them before dinner.
Our kids decide to
Huh? What?
I have to look at all of them.
Thank you.
Oh.
Okay, so
Do I want to check them all?
Okay. No, that's fine. No, that's totally fine. Just try not to like. Do you have to like download a bunch of stuff when you check them out?
No, I just wanted to see how they were.
Just fuck with them?
Basics and
Okay.
if they're any better than this one.
oh, that's just the diagram. This not too much.
Hold on a second.
Insert parts or assemble which toys have. Oh my goodness. Okay. You know what? I need to write for this.
Did you finish the bone scan?
Yes, yes. Let me show you. So, we've already established that the victim was face down on the concrete when she was struck.
Causing the compound fractures to the T7, scapula, humerus, and ulna.
It's a lot of blows.
Strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Here's Schroeder with it. They're down 3. Slams it down. Now the Suns going to signal for a timeout as they'll talk things over in a 1-point basketball game. Some lineup changes now for both clubs. Going to launch beyond the arc, and Adams able to clear the board. To Paul George. Paul George. He's now 5 for 6. Jay, when you break down Paul George, where is he at his best?
He needs to be engaged. He needs to have the ball in his hands. He needs to be needed. And that's the biggest thing for Paul George. When he's the guy offensively and he makes those clutch shots, it re-engages him defensively. And that drives him to be the best version of Paul George there is.
George matched up with Booker. Can't go down. Smothering defense.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball. But sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
Marcus Smart trying to cash in on the 3-point play. Shoots it at 75% for his career. The free throw, good. Caps off the 3-point play. The lead is 4. The Thunder have the possession. Paul George to Westbrook. Greg Monroe tips it. Strong finish for Paul George.
Defenders had no chance on that one. That's why we call it the elite tier.
To Booker. 4-3. Can't get the bounce. George. Turns and slams it down.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
To Jackson. Whoa! What a finish!
I mean, defense, is it that easy? Can I see some reaction after somebody gets an easy dunk? Some yelling, some kind of emotion? I need you to get involved back in this ballgame.
From long range. Knocks it down from 3.
And this squad just continues to light it up from long range. One of the things I learned about teams like this, teams that fall in love with a 3-point shot, as quickly as they built the lead, is as quickly as they can lose it if they're over-reliant on the 3-point shot.
Paul George. To Westbrook. George knocks it down. That was a tough shot.
Well, the defense has been good, but the shot-making ability has been better. And sometimes for NBA players at this level, the more you're in their face, the more it helps them center their focus on the target, which is making the shot. I know it sounds weird, but trust me, it's a real thing.
Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups. Booker against George. Steven Adams swats it.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Booker. And the rebound taken in by Adams. Westbrook with it. The margin is 2. Halftime on the horizon. And he's fouled. A trip to the line coming up.
You never really want to foul a shooter, but if you do, ensure they're going to have a tough time converting. That's good knowledge of personnel.
Russell Westbrook has got 2 shots coming. A career 81% free throw shooter. Goes 2 for 2. And he's fouled. Earns a trip to the foul line, Jay.
Ed, as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
First one, count it. Two for 2 on that trip.
Get it, shoot it again.
Fires the 3. That won't go. Late heave to beat the buzzer. That's it for the first half. Thunder with the lead.
That's ridiculous.
The Thunder are in a tight battle after 2 quarters, clearly. And that concludes our halftime report. Thanks for joining us, and see you again after the game.
It's Suns ball. He'll go to the foul line to shoot.
No, no, no. I'll tell you. The team that makes the little mistakes, like committing unnecessary reach-in fouls like that, will be the team that ends up with the L.
First free throw is good.
Way to hit.
And gets both to drop at the line.
Good shot.
George to Westbrook. Fires the 3, cleaning the offensive glass. Big man, Steven Adams. Not a busy night, but effective. 2 for 2.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays, no one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Not that time. Gets to the basket, but it's no good. And throws it down. Whoa, he got up there.
Just showing you that 40-inch vertical.
It's Russ at the controls. In a flash, scores at the rim.
Why not? Russell Westbrook is the only guy stopping Russell Westbrook. And when he decides to put his head down and go to the rim, he's going to the rim. It's that easy.
Has a chance, gets a look, can't hit. To Westbrook. Oh, Russell Westbrook. 3 for 6 now.
You know, teams usually shoot higher percentages early in the shot clock. Plus, you take away the legs of the defense. You have to dictate the pace.
Tyler Johnson picked up by Robertson. Doesn't have the touch. No good. To George. Deep 2 there. Won't go.
That ball, son.
To Marcus Smart. Off the assist.
There's no better feeling after a game after you had 25-plus assists and you won the game and everybody recognizes that it's time for their bank accounts to get rewarded.
To Westbrook. For 3, buries it on the catch and shoot.
And watching all these great shooters on the floor at once, it almost mesmerizes me. It's like you're watching the shot in slow motion, the backspin. It gives off the feel that the ball's going in every time.
And scores.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
Has a look. Robertson shot, no good. Count the basket. A lot of contact. No foul.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
A drive to the basket, but the shot won't go down.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short on the shot.
Now a whistle and a timeout for Phoenix as their coaching staff wants to talk things over here in this third quarter. New blood coming in for both sides. Layup's good. That's as high percentage as it gets.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Lets it fly from long range. Message received. Well defended.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Thunder with the basketball. George, guarded by Josh Jackson. Beyond the arc for three. And it's Booker who grabs the rebound. Missed a wide open look. Nice follow-up on the dunk there. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
That's toughness right there. Physical inside, gets it to go.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want it.
Robertson matched up with Booker. And counted at the rim.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Booker against the elite defender, Robertson. Good look that time, but off the mark. Oh, great defense there, forcing the pickup. Schroeder.
Oh.
And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Thunder. Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor.
Into the game for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Number 9,
Flushes it home.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
Thunder have it. And a nice finish at the rim.
And the true test of a team's character is how they respond when they get hit in the mouth. Keep digging.
Knocked loose. Daniels, guarded by Schroeder. And the basket good at the rim. Desperation shot here from half court.
Get the fuck
That
out of
ends
here.
the third quarter. The Thunder with the lead. The Thunder have it to start the fourth quarter. They have clearly been the better side so far. Jay, that's reflected on the scoreboard.
Well, the cardinal rule in the game of sport is whenever you go into the fourth quarter, it's 0-0. You have to play the game with the scoreboard saying 0-0. If you can win that game by double digits, then you've done your job in the fourth.
It's Phoenix ball. Down low to Monroe. Leaving no doubt. Slams it down.
I see the easy dunk, but what I don't see is energy. Scream, do something. Get yourself emotionally involved in the game.
Russell Westbrook here against Troy Daniels. Paul George. To Anthony. Gets it in the left corner. To Westbrook. Here's a chance from long range. Big Russ. Big shot. Hits the three.
And the three-point shot of the offense applies so much pressure on the defense, you can no longer build your teams inside out. The new way, you build your team outside in.
Here comes the screen. Crawford to Monroe. Steven Adams with the block.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Big man, Steven Adams. That's how it's done. He's 4 for 4 in the game. Phoenix with it.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
He gets it.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Trying to cash in. Shot by Robertson off the mark.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Goes to the right side. Devin Booker. Yes, when this guy's open, look out. Nearly automatic.
Every NBA player has a superpower. His, obviously, is that depth perception, because that trajectory leads the ball to the net every time.
Get the fuck out of here.
No good. Defense catching a break there. Couldn't keep it in. Out off Paul George. Looks like both teams are making substitutions.
I didn't give him that damn substitution.
Lets it fly from beyond the arc. He was all over him.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
And watch him do the rest. Slam dunk.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up.
It's an epidemic.
No good. It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Off the mark. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Almost, and he's not getting the call. Oubre to Booker. Going to launch beyond the arc. That's good D. Shot no good.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
To Kelly Oubre. The pass set it all up.
And when the ball gets the defense rotating from side to side, you're bound to find opportunities for each other.
Across midcourt, it's Schroeder. It's an 8-point lead. 4-3, and that's rebounded by the Suns. Anthony, guarded by Devin Booker. To Paul George.
No.
Schroeder. From long range. That's off the side of the rim, short. Suns with the basketball. Josh Jackson, tough matchup against George. Devin Booker in his own desert. No one in sight, and he takes advantage.
Just because someone is listening to you doesn't mean that they actually hear you. At the end of the game, when players get tired, they listen to what the assignment was, but they didn't hear what it was.
Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. George. Knocked loose. Sacrificing everything for the loose ball. Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Here comes the intentional foul, but they did have one to give, so no free throws yet. They'll shoot after the next foul.
Good foul right there. You want to stop the clock.
Now we get a whistle. They'll wrap him up with the intentional foul, and a little over 20 seconds left to play.
This is why teammates love him. Yeah, that was an aggressive play, but you're also sending a message, setting the tone. You can't half-step on that.
Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Now the Suns coach gonna signal for a timeout. They'll need a quick shot and then likely a quick foul in what is now a 2-possession game. Able to convert inside.
You've heard it before. Slow and steady wins the race. This approach might be working out after all.
And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Thunder.
Why the fuck would you do that?
Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
And now they'll get the intentional foul. Free throws coming up with 15 seconds to go.
Smart play. You have fouls to use. Good way to manage the clock without burning the timeout.
And he makes them both. Now a whistle. We'll get a timeout from Phoenix. They're going to have to draw something up for an open look at a three. Is inside for two.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Shot from the lane won't go. For the win. Good victory here for the Thunder as they just squeak this one out by a point. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now.
All right, gents.
The Thunder emerged victorious after a tight finish. And of course, I've got to mention how many times they scored from beyond the arc. They were so confident with the three ball, and it was instrumental to their success.
Get your, take care of each other, take care of yourselves and each other, and don't forget to have your pets spayed and neutered.